Hi, welcome to From My Indian Kitchen to Yours. What's on the menu today? It is burnt garlic fried rice. I have a problem. I cannot stay away from garlic. Garlic is an ingredient that I really like a lot, and I kind of try to incorporate it in much of my cooking. So it's not surprising that I was looking for a dish that has tons of garlic in it, and so I decided to make burnt garlic fried rice. This traditionally is a dish from Philippines. Filipinos would call it sinong ug. Pardon me if I didn't pronounce that correctly. It's made from leftover rice that's cooked the previous night, and tons of garlic is sauteed and served actually as a breakfast item. In Japan, you would get burnt garlic fried rice as a side dish with your main entree. So I wanted to try a traditional Filipino recipe, but give it an Indo-Chinese touch. Oh yes, there is a whole cuisine which is very unique and is called the Indo-Chinese cuisine. And this is a genre in itself, and people who have grown up in India probably would recognize what I'm saying. Indians, when we try to cook cuisines from other cultures, we feel compelled to give it a little bit of an Indian touch, and I must confess that I'm no exception. So I've tried, the burnt garlic fried rice with the Indo-Chinese touch, and I hope you like it. To saute loads of garlic, you need lots of oil. So feel free to use any oil of your choice, and it has to be fairly hot before we drop in the chopped garlic. I'm cooking rice for almost 8 people, so I'm using 2 whole garlic, really large ones, and I've chopped it finely. So toss it in the hot oil, turn, toss, move, turn, toss, move, turn, toss, move until it becomes like a biscuit color. Although it's called burnt garlic, I don't think we should really burn it. I'd rather call it toasted garlic rice, but I mean, I'll just go with the flow because, it's a rage now. The burnt garlic rice is something that people order when they go to the restaurant in large numbers in many Asian countries and in India too. And once it's brown, just take out the garlic, strain out the oil. We're going to reuse this oil for rest of the cooking. So if you're doing the Philippines version of the burnt garlic fried rice, you would just keep it pure and simple and just use the toasted garlic. But I promised you a little bit of an Indo-Chinese touch. So I'm starting with adding green onions, chopped. The onion part of it, I'm going to save the other stem part of it for the presentation. And in the Chinese fried rice, we also tend to add some vegetables. So today I'm going to be using chopped beans, very finely chopped carrot, and cabbage. Now it's important to keep these vegetables crisp. Do not overcook it because that would make the whole thing very soggy. So I'm adding some carrots to the dish, finely chopped carrots. Of course, we need some heat, right? The chili heat. So that comes from the sriracha sauce. Maybe a spoon and a half, depending on how much chili heat you can handle. Add a little bit of salt, but not too much because you've got salt in the sriracha and the soy sauce as well. For extra flavor, I'm adding ground black pepper, but if you have white ground pepper, that would be better choice. And a little soy sauce, preferably seasoned soy sauce, would really enhance the flavor. The last vegetable that goes in is chopped cabbage. Cabbage, as you know, cooks very quickly, so I add it all the way at the end. Doesn't need much cooking at all. Just stir in with the heat, and before you know, it's really done. Aha, you must be wondering where is the Indian touch to all of this, right? So I'm using basmati rice. I deliberately cooked it a little more than I would for, when I'm making biryani or pulao. So it's just not very standalone, but not overdone either, just to give it the Chinese fried rice look and taste. Use 2 ladles of spoon. It really helps in mixing everything together evenly. Keep tossing. When you're breaking the clumps in the rice, be a little gentle. Just be careful that you don't mush it up too much. Aha, so pay close attention now. Here comes the Rajshri touch. This is something that I love adding to Indo-Chinese dish is pure sesame oil. Just drizzle a few drops of it. This combination of sesame oil and the garlic is such a deadly combination. It really brings the entire dish together. So I wasn't happy with just little sesame oil. I'm actually going to add a little bit more. Yes, it doesn't hurt adding a little bit more sesame oil. Toss it around. And now time to add the toasted or the burnt garlic. Be generous. Don't hold back, because this is a garlic fried rice. Toss it around, but I save a little bit for the presentation right at the end. To finish it off, add some more chopped green onions, just the leafy part of it, and give it a good mix. Here is the finished burnt garlic fried rice, visually very appealing and also very delicious. Do give it a try and leave some comments for me, and I would really appreciate that. Thank you.